anytime you talking shit about a nigga, the numbers instantly go up. See, and this nigga think that he really doing something by coming out talking about rappers and gangs and shit like that and making all this racket and noise. And he think the views are for him. The views is for the drama. The views is for the drama. Yeah. You see? No, see, the little pussy done fucked up though. Little broke ass nigga done fucked up. Yeah, man. I did an interview a couple days ago with Tasha K, and the nigga motherfucking. I asked Tasha K what was her stance on Charleston White. What was her opinion on Charleston White? And the crazy part is, before I even did the interview with Tasha, I had reached out to Charleston, told the nigga, I said, yo, I'm about to do an interview with Tasha K. I know y'all got different stances. I said, I'm going to try to set it up and organize it to where both of y'all can get y'all shit off, and then I bring y'all on the platform, and y'all do like a mutual debate, and I sit in the middle of that shit. So, he was like, all right, I'll be there Tuesday. And then he called me. He was like, hey, somebody got an interview for me. They gonna pay me. So, I'm gonna go there and do that. I said, all right, we'll go do your interview, my nigga. It's cool. So we do me and Tasha do the interview. Tasha asked me, what does Charleston White do? I said, he says he's a community activist. I said, I hadn't done my research. Which I hadn't. I hadn't done any research to see Charleston's background as far as his activism or whatever. I seen him post some, clips of talking about some money that he's giving to people, but I've never actually seen it myself. So I'm like, yo, I'm gonna just stay out of that. I'm not gonna co-sign saying some shit that I don't know. I done hung out with a nigga when he came to Miami for Rolling Loud. He came to Miami for Rolling Loud, and when he came to Rolling Loud, he ended up running into Soulja Boy. And for whatever reason, them niggas got into it. He made Soulja Boy, and I knew the nigga was out here stranded. I knew he was out here like he was in a fucked up spot. So I said, hey, yo, I know you out here in Miami, you jammed up. If you need a strap, I got you. So I pull up on him, get a nigga a strap. The nigga was, showing appreciation. I was like, yeah, we came over to the crib. The nigga grabbed some food and shit. It's on some chill shit. I let him, next day he went to DJ Academics to do a interview. I went with him to the interview. I just basically showed the nigga love while he was in Miami that weekend. Now, this interview apparently made his ass feel away because Tasha called him a plant. She called him an industry plant. And she asked if the nigga had actually did real work in the community or if he was just a police ass nigga. I was like, man, I don't know what Charleston really do because I hadn't been around that part. But I do know he be doing some shit. Like, I do be seeing a post that he be, like, at the courthouse and all that shit. I kept it real with Tasha. I ain't hate on a nigga or nothing like that. But he got online and he just felt like he wanted to go do some shit. Yeah. I gave a nigga a blick, man. If a nigga in duress, like, one thing about it, if I follow a nigga and he follow me and we been, we done had conversation, I'm in your city and I know you jammed up, I'm gonna give you love, bro. Like, I just try to make sure a nigga was good. Like, I hope, that would be able to be something that can help a nigga out. I would want a nigga to help me if I was in the city and I was in a jam and I ain't have a strap. So, I'm like, all right, cool, bro. Like, I got you. Just showing love to the nigga. And I heard you. There's a couple niggas like on that really be like misconstrued on like the type of nigga I am. My phone number is like, my catalog, just like the amount of people that I actually know, like, say I clout chase on a nigga that don't have nothing for himself, like, that is crazy. I love the idea of the nigga calling out the gang culture and the fucking, the disrespect that happens in the community, because there's some major contradictions when it comes to the rap community and all the shit that happens. Like, I don't agree with, like, a lot of shit that happens with rappers. If you see my interviews, when I'm sitting down and talking to a rapper, Young and Ace, any of those guys, I'm, like, trying to show them other ways that they can actually overcome the fucking shit that like, the society has placed upon you from being, like, trapped by this drug violence, gang violence, and shit like that. So, when when I'm hearing Charleston talk about against the gangs and against the rappers that's committing crimes and shit like that, to me, that shit to me is something that I think I agree with, I stand for, I like that shit. But like when it comes to like the disrespecting the dead and all that, everybody that heard me sit down and interview this nigga, that's the first thing I said. I don't agree with you dissing King Von. As soon as a nigga die, every rapper that died, this nigga, the first thing he do is he come online and he diss him. And I'm like, bro, why do you gotta say some negative shit about every person that dies? Oh, P&B Rock died. You dissing P&B. You know, nigga, you ain't never had no knowledge of P&B, but you say, nigga, oh, fuck P&B, fuck this person, fuck that person. And I'm like, my nigga, why you feel like you gotta diss every fucking nigga, but then you realize the nigga just doing everything for clout? Like, you can't say that you really for the youth if everything that you doing is showing disrespect. Man, these niggas that ain't never had no dealings with this nigga that he's openly disrespecting. Like, yeah, the fact that you trying to bring awareness to certain things don't mean that every time a rapper or artist gets killed that you go out there and start dissing them niggas, bro. That shit lame. And I told that nigga shit, like, for real. Like, he said in the interview, like, I'm like, bro, stop talking about Nip. I go to Houston to fucking, to do some podcast interviews, and as we go out to eat dinner, I'm sitting down with Charleston, I get pressed by a nigga that's mad because Charleston been dissing Nip. I'm like, hey, bro, first off, you can't walk up on me and fucking think you gonna press me off another nigga's words. But even being around a nigga that be doing that much disrespect to gang culture, rap, all that other shit, motherfuckers be, you know, you getting people that are really feeling the way about wanting to really put hands and hurt this nigga. And that's the weird part, but like a lot of niggas said that shit. Like I try to get a nigga, because I like the shit that he say when it comes to like the gang culture and shit like that. I'm like, bro, that shit solid. If you hear me in my interview when I talk to the nigga, that's what I say is solid. Every single time, I'm always against the fact that you gonna be talking about fucking killing people, the whole like dissing dead, all that shit lame as hell. So when we go to we sitting out in Houston, the next night the nigga done shot himself in the fucking leg. He can't even come out. He like, yo, I done popped myself. I'm like, bro, what? Nigga go in the strip club, get drunk, got his little credit card gun in his pocket, nigga done popped himself. I'm like, this nigga's retarded, bro. Like, fucking retarded. So now this nigga, you know, he getting online and he talking about nigga was I'm riding his dick and all this weak ass shit. I'm like, bro, like, you want some shit that really, like, for me, you know, when you can pick up the phone and talk to a nigga, but you decide to get online and go do some clout chasing shit, that's some lame ass shit. You got my phone number. Like, the fact that you will get online and say, oh, I'm disappointed about this nigga, and then start talking about nigga was riding my dick and all that shit, but you got my phone number and they never call me, some bitch ass nigga shit. Like, that's weirdo shit. You don't say, hey, you my nigga, and then the minute that you see something online, you see a video, you think a nigga, you feel a way about it, you don't call a nigga, you go get online and start talking. You can't say he did more for black youth than his haters, because I can say I walk laps around anything Charleston does.